PlayStation has a solid lineup when it comes to first-party titles, and even if you're a stand for another console, you can't refute that. You just can't. Separate and apart from that, a lot of these exclusives are currently on sale on the PlayStation Marketplace. And if I were you, I would jump on it because they all end on August 18th. Some of these games might be on the pricier side, so it all comes down to what you're willing to pay or what you consider a discount. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dre. Welcome back to Kashcroe Gaming. Let's jump into the video, but before we do that intro. This is a spin-off of Marvel's Spider-Man for PlayStation that was developed by Insomniac Games and arguably one of my favorite superhero games of all time, next to the Arkham series, of course. Spider-Man Miles Morales sees you play as, you guessed it, Miles Morales, as he learns to navigate his newfound abilities as a webhead slash superhero in training. And at probably one of the worst times ever because his mentor and the original Spider-Man is out of town and a bunch of crap is popping off in the city. So yeah, fun times. Say what you will about the runtime, but I personally think the game benefited from this decision. There's a lot less padding and side missions were, to quote Goldilocks, just the right amount. Listen, I have a ton of games in my backlog and I can't live on a particular title for a very long time. I was able to play this game at a reasonable pace and do everything, so I love that about it. I don't feel like I was robbed in any way. If you played the original Spider-Man game, the mechanics are pretty similar with a few exceptions. Miles has a little more, let's say, flair when it comes to web acrobatics. Kid's got style. He also has a few standout abilities that separate him from Peter Parker's Spider-Man. One being the Venom Blast, which is pretty damn cool if you see it in action. And the next being a Covert Camouflage, which is the more stealth-based ability. But yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I think you'd really appreciate this game. Currently on sale for $29.99 from $49.99. That's kind of a good get. This is one of the aforementioned games I just talked about, but I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn a few weeks ago and I'm enjoying it. I have a regular job, plus I'm a content creator, so I play games at a very slower pace. Plus, I like to play open world games one at a time to really get immersed in the world. I find that to be a more optimal experience for me personally. When it comes to the Forbidden West, the game looks more of what we've come to expect from the series, but on a much more epic scale. Enemies are much larger, improved AI, combat has been revamped. One of the major standouts is that Aloy can now explore underwater, which is a whole new experience to this world. I try to veer away from story-based info as much as possible because I don't want spoilers, but the game looks incredible and I'm pretty sure the story is also great. I personally can't wait to hop into it. You guys can go check it out right now. It's currently on sale for $39.59 from $59.99. Check it out. Returnal seems like a very trippy gaming experience. You're a space traveler who crash lands on a mysterious planet that has a rapid, ever-changing landscape. Did I mention that when you die, you go back to the beginning of the crash landing? So it's a roguelike shooter with heavy emphasis on bullet hell action. It also has some low-level RPG elements, enhancing weapons and stuff like that. They're also leaning heavily on the PS5's SSD capabilities, similar to what you saw in the Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, with some impressive loading times. The game can be extremely challenging at times, so passing a level definitely feels fulfilling. If you're into roguelike shooters, currently $49.69 from $69.69, check it out. Ghost of Tsushima is so epic. I can't stop talking about the visuals. The story is pretty top-notch. There's a learning curve when it comes to combat, but it's a very good experience. I think you'll stop and stare at the scenery a lot, and if you're a video game photographer, you'll have a field day with this game. The story is about a samurai warrior whose mission is to protect the island of Tsushima from a Mongol invasion. When it comes to the director's cut, there's a lot of new features in this installment. This edition includes Ika Island expansion with a new story, new minigames and enemy types, an online co-op, digital artworks, director's commentaries, different skin packs, and a lot more awesome features. You guys can actually pause this video right here just to go over all the new features. So if you want to live out your samurai fantasies, then look no further than Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Early on sale for $49.69 from $69.99. Now, these games didn't make the list, but they're still pretty awesome, so check them out. Now, despite my personal feelings towards this game, namely the story, I still think it's a pretty impressive display of the PS5's capabilities, and they really pressed the boundaries when it came to what the game was able to pull off. The movement was a lot more fluid, the AI was also pretty good. Overall, the gameplay to me was top of the line. So if you're looking for a good game in terms of that, and you don't really care about the story or you're invested in the characters per se, then Last of Us 2 is a good get. Plus at $19.99, you can't really beat that. So what games are you getting from this list? Comment below, let me know. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. I recently did a video about all the games that are coming out in August that you guys need to check out. That video will be right here. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Dre. Like always, play on, player. Peace.